And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
We're taking a look at Room 25. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that Room 25 is based on the movie Cube. If you've not ever seen the movie Cube, a synopsis would be that some people wake up in this cube where they're in this room and they have to get out of the cube, or at least they want to get out of the cube because they're stuck in this room, and they can go in all 6 directions, and when they go into different rooms, some of the rooms cause death for the people who go into them. Other rooms are perfectly safe. They don't know why they're in this room, in this cube. They just know that they want to get out of the cube. That's what this game is about. It's a game about people who are in a, not necessarily a cube because it's not 3-dimensional, it's 2-dimensional, but it still has sliding rooms and things like the Cube movie did. And so I really feel like it's based on that. So it's a cooperative game, or semi-cooperative, depending on how you play it. I actually prefer to play it semi-cooperatively, but let me show you why. Alright, so here's the board for the game. It's set up of a bunch of tiles. The exact tile mix that you use, I suppose you could use random, but the book has specific tiles that you can put in or out depending on how hard or easy you want to use it. You're not going to use every tile. You have your starting spot here in the middle, and then you build tiles around it, and the exit tile is in one of these 12 outside tiles. Okay, so it's somewhere out there, and you're trying to find it. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the competitive game. There's a cooperative game, which is the same thing, except, well, without the competitive parts of it. At the beginning of the game, each person is given one of these, and it will tell you whether you are a good person trying to escape from this secret area, or if you are a guard. Now, the guard's job is to kill 2 of these folks here, or to stop them from getting to the room. Everyone else, you're just trying to get to the room. If you kill the guards along the way, well, so be it. Now, each person is a character. So you can see here that you might be the nerd, or you might be the dude, or the little girl, or the colossus, or the scientist, who certainly does not need roads, or the bimbo. So you pick one of these people. Let's say I'm playing the colossus. You'll take 4 action tokens that match you. And you also have a little round token that matches you. You can use this once per game to put on a tile so you remember what that tile is. At the beginning of each turn, players are going to be looking over here at a turn tracker. It shows you the turn order that players are going to go in with their characters. At the end of a turn, you'll move this person to the end, so then someone else will go differently. So this functions as a turn order track, but also a timer track, because once you get here, then time is up for the good guys. So what players are going to do is they're going to pick 2 actions and put them here, action 1, action 2, and each person in turn order will do their action 1, and you must do it, and then each person will do their action 2. You are allowed to pick just 1 action instead of 2 if you want, and then you can do it either in the first round or the second round, your choice. What are these actions? Well, the actions are very, very simple. The first one is simply this: to peek into an adjacent room. So I say, I want to look in this room, and I look at this room. Oh man, look at that room. Knives and blades and okay, well, we don't want to go in there, possibly. And then we have enter an adjacent room. So I can go into a room. I don't have to look at it and see what it is. Oh, I landed in jail. Not a good spot. I can only get out if I'm next to someone else. Oh wait, I am. Or you can slide a whole group of tiles that you're in. You can't slide the center tile, so you can't slide this row or this column, but you can slide any other row like this. You take one tile off at the end and put it on the other, and then you'll put an arrow showing which way that row is sliding. So from now on and for the rest of the game, it can only slide that direction. You can always slide these tiles, that's fine. And then finally, the 4th action is to push someone. If someone else is in the room with you, you must push one of them into an adjacent room. Now I push someone here into this room with the blades, the trapped room. Now, on each person's sheet, they tell you what all the different rooms do. There are safe rooms at the top, the green rooms, and there's obstacle rooms like that prison cell that the one guy is in. But then there's the danger rooms down here, like this trap room. You must leave on your next turn or you'll be executed. Or if you find the mortal chamber here, you are just dead. Players are looking for this room here. This is the exit room. This is the room that you're going to get out on. So once you find that room, you then have to go to our completely destroyed now area, but you have to get all the people into that room and then basically push that room outside the building with an action. If you do that, then you win the game. Otherwise, if two people die, then two innocent people die, then the guards win. Now, when someone dies, you don't reveal if they were a guard or not until a second person dies, at which point you reveal that information. The regular game or the other games are basically the same thing. You just have a time limit to get out. That's all there is to it, just without the added pressure of not being able to trust somebody. Room 25, for me, as a cooperative game, is very ho-hum. Very ho-hum. We get out, okay. I mean, it's just so... This room is dangerous. Okay, don't go in that room. This room is safe. Okay, we'll go in that room. This room is semi-dangerous, semi-safe. Okay, what should we do? That's okay. But that, whoa, do I like that semi-cooperative game. Because I'll look into a room and say, that room is safe. And someone says, are you sure that room's safe? Or are you a guard? Are you lying? Of course, if they walk in the room then, and it is safe, they'll say, you were telling the truth. You're not a guard. Why, yes, I am a guard. I'm just lulling you to peace. I mean, at the very beginning of the game, you could kill someone on the first turn. You really could, and it happens. The problem is if you kill someone on the first turn, likely everyone is going to turn on you and kill you right after that. And you kill people by pushing them into dangerous rooms, or sliding them, or not helping them, or what have you. I really enjoy this. It has a very strong similar to Resistance, but the game here is just that whole back and forth. So, even though the solitaire doesn't interest me, the cooperative is I would still get this game for that one reason. Now, the problem here is that if you're going to play with that trader type mechanic where you have 1 or 2 guards, you need 5 or 6 players. And for 5 players, it's really hard for that guard because people are looking for that guard, trying to figure out who he is. With 2 guards, it's almost balanced a little bit too much for the guards because they can make life very difficult. But I don't care because the gameplay is so fun. Everything everyone does is under suspicion the whole time. Even if they're doing things like, that room's dangerous, you look at it, oh, that is dangerous, whew, thanks for telling me before I walked in there. Everything you do is going to be criticized, and as the guard, you are waiting for that one opportune moment to push someone into the abyss and then say, oh, I thought they were a guard, you know. So I really like this game. If I have any negative, I wish that each of the different characters had special powers. That would be a really cool feature of the game. They don't. Although I know some people have put them up online already. The miniatures themselves are hard to tell apart sometimes because they're unpainted and they're fairly small. So, you know, I'm like, oh, wait, that's me, that's me. But still, it's still a neat idea. You're never sure exactly how dangerous. I mean, some rooms are just instant death. Other rooms are almost instant death. Other rooms are safe, and you're just glad to be in a room that doesn't kill you for once. So I was very surprised by this, but then again, I looked at the company, and it's Matago, and I'm like, oh, because Matago is almost 100% for me at this point. Their games are just absolutely fantastic, and this is another great one from their line.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!